Today. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And yeah, we're just getting ourselves all set up over here, all set up. Let's see how we're doing. Let's make sure we are live on the YouTubes. Let's see if we are live on the YouTubes. YouTube. Let's see how we're doing. Are we looking good? Let's see. And yeah, we're just getting ourselves audio works perfect. Let's see how we're doing on the x.com, aka Twitter. Let's see how we're doing there. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see here. All right. Looks like we are live and well on the X. All right. What about Twitch? Are we live and well on Twitch? Yes, we are live and well on Twitch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Yeah. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. We're just basically getting ourselves all set up. And yeah, let's just get ourselves set and then we'll be ready to go. And we'll get ready to do all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Do all that good stuff right there. All right. Let's get ourselves set. Let's get the announcements out, ready to go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Hold on. So yeah, how was your weekend, ladies and gentlemen? How was your weekend, man? I had a good weekend. I got to spend it with my family. Got to do all that good stuff. Got to spend it with my Faja. We played some Fortnite. We played some Fortnite together. Me and Coach got to play some Fortnite together. We got to chill. Got to do all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. So yeah, that's what we got set up here. That's what we got set up. All right. 1 second. 1 second. All right. Let's get this set up over here. This there. All right. Let's see here. All right. All right. There we go. Bop right there. That goes there. All right. Getting ourselves set up over here as well. Boom. All right. Getting ourselves set up here. Yes. All right. Let's get ourselves put up over here. All right. All right. There we go. There. All right. There we go. Set ourselves up on the YouTubes. Let's get ourselves all set. Bop right there. Boom. There we go. All right. There we go over there as well. All right. Boom. There we go right there. All right. Let's see about this right here. All right. There we go. Bop right there. And yeah, okay. We should be good. We should be good to go. Let's get it started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party. Let's get to the first 100. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, a.k.a. the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Sometimes she likes to get shot out the cannon and she goes, wee! Sometimes she likes to go to RBs, watch videos of puppies and kitties. And, likes to also steal some of my lo mein and my Chinese. Yeah. We call her DBL Moms. Hey! All right. And that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, getting ourselves all set up. Yeah, let's get ourselves all set up here. So let's take a look at some of the stonks we called this morning. We called CLIK, which ran up a nice 170%. 170% right there. So we got that going on. We called TGL. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. TGL. That stonk ran up a nice 103%. CLIK 170% right there. TGL 103. All right, so we got TGL, which ran up a nice 103% right there. TGL bop right there. All right, we called BKYI for the private Discord as well. BKYI, that stonk ran up a nice 172%. 172. All right, so let me put that up here. BKYI ran up a nice 172% right there. Yeesh, we got that going on there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got going on. We called SLGB. That one ran up a nice 124%. 124. All right, there we go. Yes, sir. BKYI ran up a nice 124%. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Bop right there. All right. We also called RECT. We called that stonk earlier this morning as well. That one ran up a nice 164% right there. 164%. So that's what we got going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on right there. RECT ran up a nice 164%. Ran up 164% right there. So that's what we got going on, folks. That's what we got going on, folks. And ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. Of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, folks. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on. All right. So, yeah. All right. So let's see what stonks we got going on today. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stonks today, early this morning, before anybody else. We are just made different, man. 5 stonks. 5. Yay. We actually make money around here. Baby. No excuses and no 5% runners. We actually make money here. Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. All right. All right. Hold on one second. Bop right there. All right, let's take a look at some stonks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at BKYI. BKYI. How's that one doing right there? BKYI. It's been going up and then dipping a little bit and going up and dipping and going up and dipping and going up and dipping. And it looks like it might be forming potentially. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. Potentially could be an upside down head, shoulder, head, maybe a shoulder, maybe. Potential head and shoulder, maybe. Who knows? Shoulder. Maybe. If it can make that third shoulder, maybe. All right, but it did have a nice run up 172%. 172%. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying, I mean, it could be anything right there. It could be anything. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 200. Yes, sir. Let's get to 200, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. All right. So, that's what we got going on. So, BKYI, potential upside down head and shoulders, up, head and shoulders, bull pattern. All right. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh-wee. All right. So BKYI, potential upside down head and shoulders bull pattern. Looks like it's trying to make that shoulder right now. So can it curl? We'll see if it can curl, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see if it can curl right now. But let's take a look at another stonk right here. TGL. Let's see how TGL is doing. We called TGL earlier this morning. Ran up a nice 103% right there. Had a nice curl up, but looks like it's forming a bit of a double top right over Mya. And looks like it's got a bit of an ABCD pattern that formed a bit over here. So I had a bit of an A to B, B to C, C to D. All right. But looks like it could use some more volume because right now it is moving downward right now. So has to break this little descending wedge right over here for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. All right. And needs to also break that double top right there. TGL needs to break the double top, ladies and gents. That's what it needs to do right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. Let's see what we got going on, folks. What do we got? What we got? Let's see. Let's get over here, bop, right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 300, 300, 300. Come on now. Let's get to 300. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we got going on here. SOHO, SOHO, SOHO. Very, very choppy, very, very barcoded. Not looking too schmexy to me. Let's take a look at another stonk right here.
BYND. Somebody wants
BYND. BYND. All right, let's see what we got going on for BYND. This one's been a meme stock. It's been barcoding as well a little bit. So, yeah, let's see what we got going on here. SOHO, though, is a new bagger. So we got that going on. SOHO now up 136%. Needs volume, though. Needs volume for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. Up. Yep. Yeah, probably a merger. Is consolidating. Yes. Yep, is consolidating. Yep, let me get that right there.
A lot of folks talking about it on social media.
Yeesh. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. SOHO up 136% is a new bagger. All right. And also consolidated. BYND. Let's take a look at BYND. Also consolidated right over here. BYND. BYND. Let's take a look over here. BYND. Also a little bit consolidated. Let me draw a channel out for it. BYND consolidated. Needs volume to break the VWAPA. Ladies and gentlemen, need some volume to break that VWAPA. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, need some volume to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Also, ladies and gents, it could use a bit of a trend line right over Mya. Right here. Right here. Needs to break the channel for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. BYND needs to break the channel. BYND needs to break the channel for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. All right, there we go. ASST. Let's take a look at ASST, ladies and gents. ASST is currently doing its thing right now. Currently doing its thing right there. All right, let's see what we got going on, folks. What do we got? What we got? Let me add them. Let me add them right here. All right, so ASST currently also kind of choppy. Also a little bit choppy. All right, all right, all right. So let's see what we got going on, folks. What do we got? What do we got? All right. A little bit of a path forming on over here. Bop and bop right there. Needs to break this pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. ASST needs to break the pennant. ASST needs to break the pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. ASST needs to break that pennant right there. All right. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on with ASST. Needs to break the pennant. Needs to do all that stuff for it to be so much schmexy to Mya. Let's take a look at another stonk over here. Open. Let's take a look at Open. OPEN. Also needs a bit of a pennant to break over here. Open, needs to break the pennant, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to break the pennant right there. So, open needs to break that pennant right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Alright, OPEN. OPEN needs to break the pennant. Ahmed asks, by the way, are you Italian from New York? Yes, sir. Yes, we are. All right. So, yesh. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on right there. Open. Looks like it's trying to break the pennant right now. Looks like it's trying to break through the pennant. OPEN. Trying to break the pennant for it to be so much schmexy to meow. OPEN, ladies and gentlemen. OPEN. Yep, trying to break that pennant. Looks like it broke above the pennant too right there, ladies and gentlemen. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's take a look over here at SOHO again. SOHO. Let's see how it does. Still choppy. Not feeling this one, ladies and gentlemen. Not feeling it. Very, very choppy. Very, very barcoded. Is a bagger, but again, very, very choppy. Very, very barcoded. So I'll draw a bit of a little channel over here. Needs to break the channel. Needs some serious volume for it to be so much Mexi to meow, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, not feeling it. SOHO needs volume. SOHO needs volume for it to be so much Mexi to meow. Needs volume, ladies and gentlemen. SOHO. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Yes, sir. TGL. TGL. Let's see how TGL is doing right now. Looks like it broke through that descending wedge right there, and looks like it's trying to curl its way on up and test the VWAP right there. TGL trying to test the VWAP right now. All right. TGL trying to test the VWAP. So we got that going on right there. Bot right there. Someone asked, is TOVX dead? Let's see. TOVX. Let's see if TOVX is dead. All right. TOVX, very, very choppy right now. Currently a little bit too choppy at this point in time. Not dead. It is above the VWAP, but it does need some volume for it to be so much Mexi to meow. So that's what we got going on for the stock right here. That is what we got going on. TOVX, little bit needs to break this pennant, really. It needs to break this pennant and needs some volume. It is above the VWAP. That is good. So we'll see what happens there. All right. We shall see what happens. So TOVX needs volume and to break the pennant. And it looks like it's trying to right now. Looks like it's trying to break that pennant right there. Looks like it is trying to break the pennant. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 700. Let's get to 700 people, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 700 people. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, indelibles. Let's get it. Let's grow the tribe, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out that 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. The moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yeah, BBAR looks like it's trying to break this pennant right here. Needs volume, actually, to break this pennant. It is well above the VWAP, but needs some volume to break that pennant right now. 9 EMA is diverging away from the VWAP. It is diverting away from the VWAP. Looks like it's trying to lean a bit towards being oversold, but it's not there yet. So BBAR needs to break above the pennant over here for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. All right, let's see what else we got. BKYI is now 142% right there. All right, so yeah, and looks like it's kind of following that little upside down head and shoulder pattern that I said it was going to have right there. Looks like it's curling its way on up right there, curling its way on up, bop right there. So it's got that going on right there, curling off that upside down head and shoulders. So yeah, we got that going on right there. BKYI curling off the inverted head and shoulders pattern. Yes, curling off that inverted head and shoulders pattern. Ahmed asks FUSE. Let's see about FUSE. Let's see how FUSE is doing. All right, let's see here. FUSE, not a lot of volume. Needs volume and needs volume to break that VWAP. Very very choppy right now. So, man, not feeling this one right now. Let me get it a channel right over right here. Bop right there. Channel time over here. Channel time.
CODX moving.
Oh, CODX is moving. All right, so FUSE needs to break that channel and needs to break the VWAP. FUSE needs to break the channel and the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Let's take a look at CODX. CODX looks like it's moving up a little bit. Has to break above that VWAP a little bit. It was above the VWAP for a time, but looks like it's on a very choppy uptrend right here. So let's get a little graffiti pencil activated. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated right there. Bop and bop right there. All right, CODX needs to break that descending wedge and the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. All right, but CODX, yeah, CODX needs to break the descending wedge and the VWAPA right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. All right, needs to break that descending wedge and the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. So we got that going on right there. CODX, CODX. Let's take a look at another stonk right over here. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at another stonk for the indelible pride right there. The indelible tribe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, what other stonks we got? SOFI. Someone requested SOFI. SOFI, let's take a look at it over here. Let's see. Bot right here. All right. So SOFI currently at this point in time is right over Mya and Mya. I'll even actually say needs to break this channel right over Mya for it to be so much mexy to Mya because it is a bit consolidated. SOFI needs to break the VWAP and also, right? SOFI consolidated needs to break the channel and the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,000. 1,000. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on now. All right. So we got BKYI again. Let's take a look at BKYI. Looks like it's still trying to curl its way on up. Needs to break this pennant over here. Needs to break the pennant right over Mya. A little bit of a descending wedge over here, actually. So BKYI needs to break the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmaxy to Mya. Yes, sir. All right, let's take a look at Soho. I think it still might be choppy. Yes, it is still choppy. Still needs to break that little channel over there. Still needs to break the channel, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's testing the channel, but it's not exactly breaking the channel just yet. So SOHO, still consolidated. Needs to break the channel for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. All right, what else we got? Let's see. CLIK. How's CLIK doing? Had a nice run earlier in the day, but right now currently needs to break this little downtrend over here for it to be so much schmexy to mya because right now it is still below the VWAP. So CLIK needs to break the downtrend and the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,200, 1,200, 1,200, 1,200 right there. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see what else we got over here. What else we got? What else we got? All right. Let's see. CODX. How's CODX doing? Oh my. Shot up off the descending wedge right there. CODX shot up right off the descending wedge. Bot right there. So we got that going on right there. Okay. Good, good, good. All righty. All righty. All righty. Okay. So CODX. CODX. All right. All right. There we go. Currently up 53% right there. CODX. curling off the descending wedge. CODX curling off the descending wedge right there. So we got that going on, folks. That is what we got going on right there. All right, let's take a look at another stock right there. Let's take a look at another stock. Let's see. All right, so now that we got CODX over there, let's see what other stocks we got. Oh, somebody's requesting NTLA. NTLA. Let's see how NTLA is doing. Very consolidated. Very consolidated right over here. Needs to break this channel right over Mya. All right, has a bit of a channel here and a bit of a channel here. So NTLA consolidated, but above the VWAP. NTLA above the VWAP, but consolidated. Needs to break the channel. It needs to break the channel, not the VWAP, but it needs to break the channel. All right, there we go. Yes, sir. CLIK. Let's take a look at that. Somebody just requested it. Again, CLIK needs to break that little downtrend over there for it to be so much Mexi Tumya. Needs to gain some more volume. CLIK needs volume. Had a nice 170% run earlier. All right. Yeah, so that's what it had going on right there. Bop right there. So CLIK had that going on. Another stock that was called was UMAC, UMAC. Somebody requested UMAC actually just now. So let's take a look. UMAC, all right, right now currently has a bit of a pennant forming right over Mya. So we got this going on right here. Got this going on right here. This going on right here. Bop right there. All right. UMAC needs to break the pennant for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,500. 1,500, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 1,500. Yes, come on, baby. Yes, sir. All right. There was another stock that was requested of me earlier in the day. All right. It was GME. Somebody requested this. Now, GME had some news going on there, so let's see what we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got? GME currently below the VWAP right now. Currently below the VWAP. Let's take a look over here. Bop, bop, and bop. Needs to break this descending wedge, really, for it to be so much Mexi Tumya. Needs some more volume, too. GME needs more volume. All right, so GME needs more volume to break the descending wedge and the VWAPA. Yes, sir. All right.
CODX moving.
All right, let's take a look at CODX. CODX moving. Still climbing its way on up, ladies and gentlemen. Still climbing its way on up. CODX, ladies and gentlemen. CODX. Let's take a look. Curling off the descending wedge and climbing, baby. That's what's got going on right there. CODX. Let's get some support and resistance lines for CODX right here. Bop right there. Boom. Indelibles. Take a look at this right here. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty right here. Right there. Yes, sir. All right. Take a look at that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,600. Let's get to 1,600, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. All right, and CODX looks like it's trying to test the high a day. Looks like it's trying to test the high a day right there. So CODX trying to test the high of day. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see what else we got. Mateo asks ASST. Let's take a look at ASST. Oh my, looks like it's curling off that pennant right there. Looks like it had a bit of a curl off the pennant. So let's take a look over here. Bop right here. Boom. All right, let's take a look over here. Has a little bit of a descending wedge right off this pennant right here. Formed a descending wedge right off the pennant, but right now ASST needs some more volume. Needs more volume. Formed a descending.
CLDX moving.
Yesh. Descending wedge off the pennant. All right, so we got that going on right there. CODX again. Let's take a look right there because it looks like it's still moving. Yes, it is. It broke through the high of day, and it's forming another high of day, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Let's take a look at how high it is right now. CODX 85%. Can it become another bagger, ladies and gentlemen? Looks like it could potentially become another bagger. How about that? You know what I mean? All right, let's take a look. CODX moving on up off the descending wedge right now. Yes, sir. Yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Woo! All right. So, got that going on right there. Has 66 cents right there. Boom. Hit a new high a day. CODX hit a new high a day right there. CODX now up 85%. CODX now up 85% right there, ladies and gentlemen. Bop. Let's get it. Boom. Okay. So currently right now has a bit of a double top forming up here. Has a bit of a double top forming. Can it break through that double top? Let's see. Needs some more volume though. Needs more volume for it to be so much maxi to me. Let's see. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. What other stocks we got going on? What other stocks we got? Let's see here. All right. Let's see about UMAC. How's UMAC looking? UMAC. That one was requested once again. Let's take a look. UMAC still needs to break the pennant right here. Actually, sending. Oh, now it's just basically just a pennant now. It's basically just a pennant right now. So UMAC needs to break the pennant for it to be so much maxi to mya. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's go, baby. Yeesh. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2200. 2200, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got going on over here. What else we got? All right. Let's see here. Okay. So, BKYI, they got that going on right there. SOHO. Let's take a look at BKYI first. BKYI. All right. Currently, right here. All right. And right here. Bot right there. BKYI currently needs to break the pennant right here. BKYI needs to break the pennant for it to be so much maxi to mya. All right, that's what we got going on right there. BKYI needs to break that pennant right there. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 2300. 2300. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 2300. Let's go. All right, boom, right there. Let's get a share party going. And currently, this stock has to actually break the $1.98 mark right over mya for it to be so much maxi to mya. So we got that going on, folks. That is what we got going on right there. All right, let's take a look at the CLIK. CLIK looks like it's trying to curl its way back up a little bit. Looks like it's trying to curl its way back up off the downtrend here. Looks like it's trying to curl off the downtrend. We'll see what happens though. Still needs more volume. CLIK still needs volume curling off the downtrend. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what else we got. TGL. All right. Let's see what we got going on. What we got? Let me at him. All right. All right. So, let's see what we got going on here. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So, got that going on. All right, TGL looks like it has a bit of a trend upward there for a little bit and then basically broke its way back down. Now it's just looking like it is falling above the it's fallen above the VWAPA, fallen below the VWAPA right there. Let's get this going on right here. TGL had a nice run earlier in the day, ran up a nice 103%. Now ran low on volume and just went down, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is, ladies and gents. You know how it is. So TGL needs to break the pennant right there for it to be so much maxi to mya. TGL needs to break the pennant for it to be so much maxi to me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so we got that going on, folks. That is what we got going on right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,600. 2,600, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get to 2,600. Let's go, baby. Come on now. Yes, sir. Okay.
Somebody's asking about Soho.
Soho? All right, let's see about Soho. Let's see about Soho. All right, Soho looks like it broke above the channel. Looks like it broke above the channel right here. Soho. Let's see how Soho is doing right now. Soho is currently up 137% right there. Soho is now 137%. So it broke the high right there. Soho. Yeah, let's see Soho. Let's see what it's doing right there. SOHO broke above the channel. SOHO broke above the channel, baby. Now up 137%. Hey, can't nobody do it like us, man. Can't nobody do it like us. Can't nobody do it like us. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. All right. So, yep. All right. There we go right there. All right. Let's get it. There we go. SOHO. Let's take a look at CODX. CODX. How's CODX doing? All right. CODX had a bit, fell off that little double top right there. Little double top, knocked it down a little bit. All right. Looks like it is forming a pennant right here and right here. So it has to break that pennant for it to be so much maxi to mia. CODX needs to break the pennant. Needs to break the pennant. And the high of day right there. CODX needs to break that pennant, needs to break that high a day, needs to do all that for it to be so much maxi to me. Let's take a look at RECT. RECT. Let's see what we got going on with that one, folks. What we got? What we got with that one right there? All right. So let's see. Let's see. All right. So we got RECT right here. RECT has a bit of a trend going up over Mia, but had a bit of a movement over Mia and over Mia. So formed a bit of a descending wedge right here for RECT. Needs to break above the VWAP right now. Needs to break above that VWAP. Has a bit of a resistance point, has support at 444, needs to break to 564, 648, 733, 837, and $10.06 for it to be so much maxi to mia. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. RECT needs to break the descending wedge for it to be so much maxi to mia. Yes, sir. All right. So, what other stonks we got going on there, folks? What else we got going on? What else we got? What else we got? Let me add them. Let me add them. All right. So, what else we got going on right here? So, all right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. So, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. So, BKYI looks like it's moving. Looks like it's moving, ladies and gentlemen. Moving and grooving right now. All right. So, there we go. All right. BKYI currently needs to break above this little descending wedge right here for it to be... Actually, no, this is not BKYI. That's RECT. All right. There we go. BKYI shot up like a rocket just now. Oh, my. BKYI, what you got going on there, bud? Woo! Let's take a look over here. 177% BKYI just broke through the high. All right, let's take a look at that. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. BKYI called that, baby. Come on now. BKYI called it. Yes, sir. BKYI shot up off the... Oh my, it's still going up. Oh my, 188%. Can it break 200? Oh, my. Woo! All right. Shot up off the pennant, ladies and gentlemen. Shot up off the pennant. Now up 186%, ladies and gentlemen. Now up 188%. Called it, baby. Called it. Yes, sir. Woo! That aged well, man. Come on now. Come on. Woo! Yeah, can't do it like us, man. Can't do it like us. Can't nobody do it like us. BKYI, man. Curling its way on up. Shot up like a rocket just now. Up 188%. That's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. Yeah. So we got that going on right there. All right. All right. So, got that going on, folks. That is what we got going on for this stonk right here. BKYI still moving. Oh, my. Testing the high a day once again. Testing the high a day. How high is it right now? It is up 193%, ladies and gentlemen. 193%. Let's take a look. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. All right. BKYI up 193% right there. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look over here. BKYI up 193%. Boom, baby. Yes, sir. All right. So, that's what they got going on right there. BKYI shot up to a nice 193%. Let's see if it can continue going up. But let's take a look at CLIK. CLIK, forming a bit of a pennant right here. Forming a bit of a pennant. Still below the VWAPA. Still below the VWAPA right there. Still below it. Man. Not looking too schmexy right there. CLIK. CLIK needs to break the pennant and the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Yes, sir. CLIK needs to do that right there for it to be so much schmexy to me. Let's take a look at another stonk right here. Let's get another stonk going on right here. Woo! All right. So we got SOFI. SOFI, how's that doing right now? Let's take a look at SOFI. Boom. SOFI broke below the VWAPA. Broke below the VWAPA. Not very schmexy. Not very schmexy. Needs to curl and break the VWAPA. SOFI needs volume to break the pennant. The VWAPA. Yeah, what BKYI? Ooh, let's see what BKYI is up to.
Let's go, baby. It's
BKYI, come on now.
Come on, BKYI. Come on.
Come on, baby. Come on. You ran up to 193%. Come on now. BKYI trying to test. Is it trying to test? It's trying to test. BKYI trying to test the high of day. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. Let's take a look at DZZ. DZZ. All right. DZZ. Ooh. Moving up on little to no volume right there. So moving up on very low volume right there. DZZ moving up on low volume, ladies and gentlemen. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got. All right. Let's see what else we got in Indelibles. Let's see what else we got over here. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we called already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 baggers. Called 6 baggers already, baby. Just made different. And the early bird gets the cash, ladies and gents. Yeah. We called CLIK. We called TGL. We called BKYI. Yes, sir. We called SLGB. We called RECT. And we called SOHO, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Bangers, baby. Banger after banger. Woo! Call me Seamus because it's banger after banger, ladies and gentlemen. Call me Seamus because it's banger after banger. Yes, sir. All right. So, how's BKYI doing? Formed a bit of a descending wedge. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,500. 3,500, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on now. All right. All right. BKYI needs to break the descending wedge right over there. Needs to break the descending wedge, ladies and gentlemen. BKYI needs to break. Hold on. Needs to break the descending wedge for it to be so much maxi. Tumya. All right. Yesh. Can it curl? Can it curl? All right. All right. BKYI, can it curl, ladies and gentlemen? Can it curl? Let's take a look at GGAL. GGAL, that one seemed to have just popped in there for a second. A little bit expensive, a little on the pricey side. Looks like it's forming a bit of a descending wedge and it's trying to curl off that descending wedge, actually. So let me take a look over here. Bop right there. Bop right there. Has a bit of descending wedge going on right there. All right, needs to curl off that descending wedge right there. Looks like it's trying to. Curling off the descending wedge. GGAL. Curling off the descending wedge right there, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. GGAL, GGAL. All right, there we go. GGAL. All right, let's get a share party going on. Share party. Let's get to 3,600. Come on now, 3,600 right there, ladies and gents. Let's get it. Come on now. All right. So we got that going on, folks. That is what we got going on. All right. There we are. Okay. Let's see. All right. SOHO. How's that one doing right there? SOHO. That one is currently up 139% right there. Again, has a couple of more channels for it to break through, and it looks like it hit a new high a day, by the way. So now it is now got a new high of 139% right there. 139, ladies and gentlemen, 139. Boom, right there. And you got another one right over here. Boom and boom right there. SOHO. Let's see. SOHO needs to break the channel new high of
CLDX moving.
Oh, CODX is moving. New high of 139% right there. Yes, sir. All right. Boom, right there. Bop and bop right there. All right, let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 3,700. Let's take a look at CODX. CODX. How's CODX looking? All right, so CODX has a shot upward right now. Shot upward. There we go. Looking very schmexy. Looking very, very schmexy right now. CODX broke through the high a day. Now up 94% right there. Oop, excuse me. Right there. Let me get rid of that. Boom. And let me get this back over here. Boom, right there. Boom, and boom. Okay, so we got that going on. Bop, right there. So currently up to a nice 70 cents right there. How's it looking? How is it looking right now? CODX currently up. All right. CODX currently up 85% right now. 85% right there. Yes, sir. So CODX currently shot its way on up to a new high, baby. New high. CODX new high, baby. Yeesh. All right. Hit that high of 94% right there. 94% needs to break that descending wedge, though. Needs to break the descending wedge for it to be so much maxi tumya. So we got that going on, folks. That is what we got going on. All right. So, what else we got?
BKYI cup and handle forming.
BKYI. BKYI. Let's see how we're doing over here. Let's see how we're doing. 1 minute. All right. Let's see how we're doing over here. BKYI currently forming a bit of a cup and handle on the 1 minute right over here. So let's take a look. 1 minute. Yes, sir.
1 minute.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's get it.
Volume.
Need some volume right there. Ooh, need some volume. BKYI potential cup and handle on the 1 minute pattern right there. So, yeah, BKYI potential cup and handle pattern right there. All right. So we got that going on right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Share party, share party, share party. Come on now. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,900, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you want access to our trial, our 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99, link to join us in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you will also gain access to a wonderful, amazing community of people, all of which are very supportive, all of which are amazing. They want to inspire each other to get better, and they want to get better themselves. So, of course, it is a very supportive and wonderful community all around. So, yeah, that's what we got going on right there with this beautiful community. We also get scanners. We have scanners which have hyperlinks and all sorts of other cool stuff that go over the change of percentage points, whether the stock is moving up or down, price, volume, float, the charts, etc. All of that is in the private Discord, which is only $9.99 for the first 4 days. Link to join us in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. We called CLIK 170, TGL 103. BKYI 172, SLGB 124, RECT 164, and SOHO 136, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on right there, folks. That is what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, BKYI currently moving its way on down, though, but it did have a nice shot upward. Though, with BKYI. So I will give it credit there. I'll give it credit where credit's due. It ran up to a nice, actually, 185%. Ladies and gents, it ran up to a nice 185% right there. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. Let's take a look at TGL. TGL. Let's see what we got going on here. TGL. Okay. So right here, pennant begins anew, kind of, sort of. So yeah, still needs to break the pennant right here because it is still very, very consolidated below the VWAPA. TGL needs to break above the VWAPA. TGL needs to break the pennant and the VWAPA. Oh my, new bagger. All right. KITT moving, new bagger of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at KITT. KITT, we did call it earlier. Wasn't doing much earlier, but ooh, yeah, okay. KITT now moving its way on up. Ooh, let's take a look at the news. Oh my, secured 250 million equity. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. KITT currently shot its way on up to 122%, ladies and gentlemen. KITT just had a major shot upward right there. Ooh, had a bit of an A to B, B to C, C to D, shot its way on up, bop right there, and bop right there. Looks like it needs to break that descending wedge right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. So KITT new bagger right there. KITT new bagger, folks, up 122% right there, 122%. There we go. Needs to break the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Yes, sir. KITT right there needs to break that descending wedge, but ran up a nice 122%. That is now the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th bagger of the day. 7th bagger of the day. KITT up 122. Looks like it's still curling. It's curling its way back up. Oh my. 125. Yes, sir. Let's take a look over here. Bop looks like it's curling its way on off that descending wedge right there. Yes, sir. Currently up 125% right there. Shot its way on up there to 125%. KITT. Let's get a share party going, by the way, folks. Let's get a share party, and join the indelible community today. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we also have the Wealth Builder community, which you can check out, which also has everything the real-time alerts and scanners community has, the scanner elites, you know what I mean? And also has access to exclusive content, such as educational content. It has access to all sorts of other cool content, like basically behind the scenes type stuff. You get scripts, you get all sorts of cool stuff, ladies and gentlemen. All that and more link in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. So KITT shot up 125%, new high, baby. There we go. There we go. New high a day. New high a day right there. New high a day. All right. So let me get this little support and resistance lines over here. Bop right there. Boom. Okay. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Had support above the 372 mark right there. Then has to break through the 431. Needs to hold above 335, then break through 372, then break through 431 for it to be somewhat schmexy to nya. But currently it is above the VWAPA, so we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. BKYI. Let's see how BKYI is handling itself right now. BKYI currently trying to curl its way back up a little bit. Trying to curl its way back up after that little descending wedge right over here. Might as well actually put it right over here. And looks like it's trying to curl its way back up. Bop right there. All right. Trying to test that high, that resistance line right there. Trying to test the resistance at 205. Trying to test that resistance at 205, ladies and gentlemen. So BKYI, testing the resistance, ladies and gentlemen. Testing the resistance. Yes. Testing the resistance right there. Yeesh. BKYI testing that resistance, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 4,400. 4,400, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, let's get it. All right. All right. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we got going on, folks. Let's take a look at another stonk right here. Let's take a look at another stonk right here. All right, SOHO. How's SOHO doing? I'm pretty sure SOHO just hit a new high of 141. SOHO, new high, 141. Still on a very, very choppy uptrend. Very, very choppy uptrend right here. Right, because it had, yet again, another channel right over here. And then it formed another channel right over right there. So, got that going on. Bop right there. SOHO, new high, up 141%. Right? SOHO, new high, up 141%, baby. There we go. Shot up right there. Boom, right there. Let's take a look at some other stonks right there. Let's take a look at some other stonks right there. Bop right there. So we got that going on, folks. That is what we got going on. Let's take that share party going. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to a nice 4,500. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 4,500 right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what we got going on here, folks. All right, we got SOFI. Once again, somebody requests SOFI. SOFI. All right, let's take a look here. SOFI now curling above the VWAPA right now. Currently curling above the VWAPA. So we got that going on right there. SOFI trying to curl above that VWAP. SOFI curling above the VWAPA right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. All right. Let's see what else we got here, folks. What else we got? Let's take a look at ASST. ASST right here. ASST currently needs to break the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. But right now looks to be on a bit of a downtrend right here. So let's get this. Let's get rid of this right here. Let's get rid of this. Bop right there. All right. Let's get this over. Boom. And boom. So ASST needs to break the little downtrend down there. ASST needs to break the downtrend, and the VWAPA needs to break the downtrend and the VWAPA, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yes, ASST was moving up a bit earlier, but needs to break that downtrend, needs to break the VWAPA for it to be so much mexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's take a look at KITT. KITT. All right. KITT currently formed another pennant right over here. KITT needs to break the pennant for it to be so much mexy to mya. KITT needs to break the pennant for it to be so much mexy to mya. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. Let's get a share party going. Let's get the 4,600. 4,600, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. And we are just 10 minutes away from the bell going ringy-dingy, making the wee-woo. You already know, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. All right. So we got that going on right there, folks. That is what we got going on right there. Let's take a look at DVLT. DVLT. All right. DVLT currently had a nice little bit of a shot up right over here. Bop, bop, and bop right here. Then curled up a bit more. Curled up once again right over here. All right. Formed a bit of a pennant right over mya and right over mya. So DVLT curled up off the pennant and then formed another pennant right there. Formed the pennant off of another pennant right there. So DVLT needs to break the pennant right over here. I'll get some support and resistance lines for it right over here. Currently, it's got support right here, resistance right here. All right, a little bit of that going on right there. Currently has a pennant that needs to stay above 357, needs to break above 365 for it to be so much mexy to mya. So we got that going on right there. DVLT, we'll need to see what happens right there. Let's take a look at IREN. IREN. Let's see what we got going on over here. IREN. Not looking schmexy on a very big downtrend right there. On a big downtrend. Looking. IREN needs to break the downtrend and needs to break the VWAP for it to be so much mexy to me. So IREN needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP for it to be so much mexy to mya. So we got that going on there, folks. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 4,900. 4,900, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 4,900 right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. All right. So we got that going on right there. Boom. Okay. Let's take a look at another stock, NUAI. Now, this one was a stock that we called back on Friday, and it actually is above the VWAP right now, but we called it was a runner before back in the day, earlier in last week. Back in the day, I say back in the day like it was like a couple of thousands of years ago. Nah. Had a bit of an A to B, B to C, C to D over here, but then kind of just curled its way on downward right there. Then formed a bit of a trend up here. So let's get this over here. Bop. Shoot its way on upward over here. Shot its way on up. It is currently above the VWAP. NUAI has to hold above the VWAP and break the pennant. For it to be so much mexy to me. Yes. NUAI needs to break the pennant and the VWAP and stay above the VWAP and stay above the VWAP, ladies and gentlemen. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. Yes, sir. NUAI needs to break that pennant, needs to break the pennant right there for it to be so much mexy to me. Let's see what other stonks we got going on, folks. What else we got? What else we got? Let me add them. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see about another stonk right over here. BULL. Let's take a look at BULL. BULL. Not looking too schmexy. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 5,100. 5,100, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's take a look at the stonks right here. Let's get a share party going to 5,100. Come on now. All right. So let's get to 5,100 right there. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. Currently, BULL. Oh, let me break that. Let me actually get rid of that right there. BULL. Not looking schmexy either. Needs to break this downtrend right here. And needs to break the VWAP as well. BULL. Someone requested it earlier in the day. Elias, actually, thank you for reposting the stream. Much love, brother, man. Much love. All right. BULL. Somebody actually requested that one. It is on the downtrend right now. BULL needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP for it to be so much mexy to mya. Yeah, it needs to do that, ladies and gentlemen. We are just a couple of minutes away from the bell. 6 minutes away from the bell going ringy dingy. The bell! The bell! Yeesh. Yeesh. We need to get ready for that bell right there. Yes, sir. All right. So, let's see what else we got over here. What else we got? What else we got? Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 5,200. 5,200. Let's get to 5,200, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. All right. So, what other stonks we got going on here? We got ACHR. Someone requested ACHR. Let's take a look at ACHR right here. ACHR. All right. ACHR currently, still that one's also trending downward right now. So whoever, yeah, you're gonna need some
ASST breaking VWAP.
ASST breaking the VWAP. Ooh, okay. All right. ACHR needs to break the downtrend, and then the VWAP needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP. Let's take a look at ASST. ASST. This one has been actually gaining some popularity, but broke the downtrend, broke the VWAP. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh! All right. ASST broke the downtrend, broke the VWAP right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Yeesh. We've been keeping an eye on this stock as of late. Been keeping an eye on it right there. It has a bit of a double top forming right over here. Needs to break that. Come on, man. Break that. Yeah. I don't need to draw that no more. Thank you. Thank you for that one. ASST broke the downtrend and the VWAP. Price spike, baby. Yeah. ASST broke that downtrend. Price spike, baby. Then. Price spike, baby. Anyways. So, currently got that going on right there. That's what it's got going on. Ooh, let's see. Let's get it over here. Needs to break above that descending wedge right there. ASST needs to break that descending wedge. ASST needs to break the descending wedge for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. All right, we got that going on right there. Garage door repairs and installations asks VIVK. VIVK. All right, let's take a look at VIVK over here. All right, so VIVK had a bit of a double top right over mya right here. Had a shot downward just now right over there. So currently it is above the VWAP still, so that's a good sign right there. But again, it's very, 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 very choppy and very sporadic, especially with that little downtrend right there. Not looking too schmexy in my opinion. Let me take a look over here. Let's get this path going on right here. Bot right here. Had a bit of a pennant right here. Looks like it tried to curl its way on up just a little bit on a very, very choppy uptrend right there. And looks like right now it's trying to stay up above this trend line over here, but it's very, very choppy. VIVK, very, very choppy right there. Let me get that going on right there. VIVK, very, very choppy. Needs to remain friends with the trend, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to do that. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 5,600. 5,600. Come on now, baby. Come on now. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Let's get to 5,700. Matter of fact, let's get to 5,700. Come on now. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So currently we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. And we are just 1 minute away from the bell. The bell. The bell. Ooh. All right. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 5,700. 5,700. Come on now. All right. Let's take a look at PLUG. PLUG. Oh my. All right. Somebody asked for PLUG earlier today.
Someone was asking about VIVK. Did you see that?
Yes, I already did that one.
Okay.
Yeesh. All right, yeesh. And PLUG very choppy. Ooh. Nope. Nope. Not looking schmexy. Had a channel right here, broke above the channel right here. Again, it's one of those stocks that it just has these channels.
5 seconds.
The bell is in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bell.
Come on, the bell. Ooh. PLUG. Oh, currently on the downtrend. Ooh, it's a new day. Yes, it is. All right.
Let's go.
Yep. PLUG on the downtrend needs to break above the VWAP for it to be so much messy than me, because it just fell below the VWAP. PLUG fell below the VWAP. Needs volume. Needs volume.
Volume.
Yes, volume. Ooh. Ooh. Right there. Ooh. All right. So, that's what we got going on right there.
Let's get to 6,000.
Let's get to 6,000. Yes, sir.
Mama Money's prowling.
Woo. Hello. All right, all right.
Let's go, Mama Money.
Oh, yes. Let's see how KIT...
moving 45%.
What's up? What was it?
BBAR.
BBAR. BBAR. Okay, yes.
Bravo, Bravo, Alpha, Robert.
Yes, BBAR. Yes, sir. Currently moving its way on upward. Currently moving its way on upward right here. BBAR on the uptrend right now. On the uptrend. Up 44%, you said? 44%.
44%.
Yes, sir. Okay.
44%.
Yes, sir. All right. Come on.
ASST
Ooh,
moving.
ASST. Come on, baby. Oh, curling off that descending wedge. Up. Wait. Hold on. It's trying. It's trying, man. It is trying. Woo. Curling off that pennant right there. Curling off the pennant right there. ASST. Curling off the pennant right there. Yes, sir. ASST curling. Curling off the pennant right there. Yes, sir. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 5,800. 5,800. Come on now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5,900. Come on now. Let's get to 5,900 right there. 6,000. Let's get to 6,000. 6,000, ladies and gentlemen. 6,000 right there. Yes. 6,000. Ooh. Ooh. Right there. Ooh. Yes, sir. Right there.
CODX. High day test.
Ooh, come on now. Come on now. CODX. CODX. Let's see. Oh, my. Oh, my. Looks like it's trying to test that high day. Oh, look at that. CODX. CODX, ladies and gentlemen. Up 98%. 99%. Hold on. Can it become a bagger? Can it become a bagger? Hold on. And come on now. Come on. Ooh.
70 cents. Oh, my.
Oh, my. Come on. Yes. 99.
Come on, baby.
99. Ooh, come on. CODX is like right there.
Gas, baby.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's right there. Come on. CODX.
Let's go.
Come on now. I'm going to turn around, and if I turn back and it's 100%, I'm going to be very happy. CODX. Testing the high. Testing the high.
102%.
Ooh.
Let's go, baby.
Yes.
Let's go.
Another bagger, baby. Ooh.
Share it
Up.
up, share it up, share it up.
102%.
Share it up, baby.
New high.
Parabolic, baby.
Parabolic, baby.
Cha, cha, cha.
Parabolic.
Cha, cha, cha.
Yeesh. Parabolic.
Boom.
Yes, sir. CODX up 102%. Parabolic. New bagger of the day. 8th bagger of the day. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Take a look. Ooh. Ooh. Right there. Ooh.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 6,200. Excuse me. We just broke 6,100 just now. Okay, 6,200. Come on. Oh, look at that. CODX.
Pushing, it's pushing. Though.
Oh, look at that.
It's
110%.
74 cents.
112%.
Woo-wee.
113%.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
It's pushing, it's pushing.
Can't nobody do it like us, huh?
It's pumping, it's pumping.
No 5% runners. We do 112% runners at least.
Go, baby.
All right.
Go, baby.
CODX
Let's
1
go,
1
baby.
2 1 1 2 CODX 1 1 2. Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
CODX up 112% right there. CODX new high. CODX new high of day up 112%. Ooh-wee! There we go.
Baby.
All right. CODX, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I said that we got bagger after bagger after bagger after bagger. What you think I mean? Ooh! Ooh! Avery Huddleston asks for ASST. All right. Let's take a look at ASST. ASST.
Let's go.
ASST curling its way on up right now. Bot right there, trying to get to that VWAP. Fell down, but now it's like trying to climb up to that VWAP again. Fell and became it fell below the RSI, so it was a bit oversold. Now it looks like it's trying to curl its way back up, trying to test the VWAP once again. ASST testing the VWAP. ASST curling and testing.
CODX moving.
The VWAP. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. CODX, how's it doing? What's it up to?
122%.
Oh, 122%.
Excitement, baby.
Ooh-wee.
Now, yo.
Yee. Oh my.
Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, there we go. CODX, wonderful, up 122% right there. CODX curling up 122% right there. Boom, baby. Woo. Yes. All right, there we go. Look at that, man. Look at that. Boom. Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby.
Another one. Call me DJ Khaled because I found yet another one right there. All right. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 6,500.
6,500.
6,500. Oh, yeah. Let's get to 7,000. 7,000.
Let's go, baby.
Woo-hoo.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Woo. Yeah. Did all that right there. So let's take a look over here. We got CLIK 170, TGL 103, BKYI 185, SLGB 124, RECT 164, SOHO 134, KITT 122, and CODX also 122, ladies and gentlemen. So we are just made different, folks. In the early bird gets the cash. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. We actually, make money here. Yeah. So, got that going on.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
All right. So, yeah, we got that going on. Got that going on right there.
Trying to break the level at 155.
155.
Trying to break the 155 level.
155 level. Let's take a look at ASST. Come on now.
Break that level.
Oh, come on now.
Come on, get some volume.
Some volume.
Get volume.
Need some volume right here. Let me get the support and resistance lines over here for this stonk right here. And actually, yes, bump right here. Actually, maybe a little bit more like bump right there. All right. ASST currently on the shot upwards right there. All right. ASST still on that little uptrend, kind of, moving its way back down just a little bit. Very choppy, but it is. It's testing that higher day, man. It's trying to test. It's testing the higher day. ASST trying to test that higher day. ASST trying to test the high of day. Yes. ASSD trying to test that high a day, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, also remember to check out that 4-day trial for real-time motion scanners, where we have a wonderful community. The wonderful community of the indelibles awaits, ladies and gentlemen. Yeesh. And we call bagger after bagger after bagger. We already called 8 baggers, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to check out that 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. And the link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. The moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. All right. All right. So, what are the stonks we got going on here? Let's see here. Let's take a look. All right, so BBAR. Let's see what BBAR is doing right now. BBAR currently forming a bit of a pennant right over Mia. Needs to break above that right there. Needs to break this pennant right over Mia. And it looks like it did break that pennant just now a little bit. BBAR breaking the pennant, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking the pennant right there. BBAR. All right. BBAR breaking the pennant right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at another stonk right over here. Let's take a look at another one. SUPV. Let's see how SUPV is doing. SUPV. Bop right there. Oh my. It looks like it's moving up on some low volume, because the float for this stonk is 55 million. Very heavy volume is 4 million. So it's moving on up on low volume right there. So SUPV moving up on low volume right there. SUPV moving up on low volume, ladies and gentlemen. Moving up on some low volume right there. So that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. Yes, sir. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 7,100. 7,100, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's climb it on up.
Let's go.
Climb on up right there.
Baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. All right, what other stonks we got going on right here? SUPV moved its way on up there a little bit. Someone asked for EDN. EDN. We did call that stonk a bit earlier, so let's take it out. EDN. Oh my. Okay, so has a bit of a shot upward right here. Had a bit of a pennant right over Mia. So EDN needs to break that pennant. EDN needs to break the pennant for it to be so much Mexi to Meow. Is above the VWAP right now. Needs to break above the pennant. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Bop right there. All right. Let's see about another stonk right here. Let's take a look at some other stonks. What are the stonks we got over here? Let's see. All right, somebody requested RANI. RANI, ooh. Currently did move its way on up a little bit. Moved its way on up just a bit. And now it looks like it's forming a bit of a descending wedge, or actually more of a pennant right here. So can it break above? Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what happens. RANI. Right? Needs to break the pennant for it to be so much Mexi to Mia. What are the stonks we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen? What are the stonks we got going on? Somebody requested you. All right. You currently on its way downward right now. Fell below the VWAP. Fell below the VWAPA. You needs to break above the VWAPA for it to be so much mexy to me. But you fell below the VWAPA. Can it curl, baby? Come on now. Can it curl? Let's see. All right there. Yep. Needs to break that. Needs to break that VWAPA for it to be so much mexy to me. All right. Let's see what other stocks we got over here. Let's take a look at Open. Let's see how Open is doing. OPEN. All right. Needs to break that pennant right there for it to be so much mexy to me. It needs to break above the VWAPA as well. Needs to break the VWAP. So Open needs to break the VWAPA and the pennant for it to be so much mexy to nya. Yes, sir. What other stocks we got here? Let's take a look at ASST. Again. ASST. ASST currently trying to curl its way on up some more. It did break above the VWAP. I'll give it that right there. It did break above the VWAP. So could it be a potential A to B, B to C, maybe C to D? Maybe. Right now, it's not really higher than this area right here. It's a double top right over here. So we got that going on right there. But Open looks like it just broke above the VWAP. And is testing resistance points right there. Open broke the VWAPA and is testing resistance points.
CODX moving.
Yeesh.
134%.
Ooh, what's up?
CODX 134%.
Oh my.
Oh,
139.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
139, baby.
Let's go.
Ooh, come on now.
Let's
139. That's crazy.
Let's go, baby.
Who would have thought? Wow. We call a stock that's a runner. Wow. We do it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Another one. CODX 139% new high a day, baby. CODX up 139%. All right. New high a day, baby. New high a day. Ooh. New high a day. Oh, yeah. Called it, baby. Called it. Yeesh. Oh, my. 141%.
Oh, my.
Wepa.
Let's go.
Arriba. Yes, let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 7,700.
It's pushing again.
Oh, my. What's it doing?
Come on, let's go, baby.
CODX up 141% and now trying to curl its way back up some more. Oh, my. 142.
Come on, baby. Push it. Push the gas.
Come on.
Go, baby.
Break through the high. Break through the high.
25.
Woo. There we go.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Let's go.
Oh, my. 145. There we go. What happened at 146?
Yep, 146.
Ooh.
It's still pushing. Come on.
Yes.
Baby. Go. Squeeze.
CODX. Yes, sir.
Nice and easy. Now
CODX. Boom, baby. Up 146. Up
Let's
146.
Go, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. No 5% runners.
Let's go, baby.
No 5% little
Let's
crawlers.
Go, baby.
I can't even call them runners. I call them 5% crawlers because they don't even run.
My goodness.
Oh.
It's pushing.
It's testing again.
It's pushing. Though.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Holy moly.
Look at that. It's a stonk that actually makes money. Who would have thought? Yes. We call those. Oh my. Whoa, 146 was the high, or was it 147? 146. Yeesh, 146. All right. All right.
It's trying to do an ABCD, but it needs volume.
Yes, needs some volume. Yeesh. Ran up 146% right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's enough excitement for one day. No, it's not. But let's get this thing started right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yeah, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, we called quite a few stonks today. We called CLIK 170%, TGL 103%, BKYI 185%, SLGB 124%, RECT 164%, SOHO 136%, KITT 122%, and CODX 146% right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, ladies and gents. It gets the cash right there. So that's what we got going on there, folks. That is what we got going on. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. You get access to wonderful stock scanners, the wonderful newsroom, all of which are wonderful research usages right there. They got research usages right there. They are research tools. They're excellent. They're wonderful. But we also got a wonderful community that also supports people along the way. Very good community. A lot of fun, lots of good people there, lots of good folks. It's a good time, man. So be sure to check it out, man. Be sure to check that out. And also, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our Wealth Builder package, which gets you everything from the real-time alerts and scanners. Slumped asks for, can you check PSQH before you leave? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, let's get it, brother. Let's get it. I'll take a look at I'll take a look at it. PSQH. 1 second. All right. So PSQH, not a lot in terms of volume. Not a lot in terms of volume right here. Is above the VWAP. I will give it that. It is above the VWAP. Not overbought or oversold in the RSI right now. But PSQH is very choppy. A lot of indecisive wicks going on over here. So it is very choppy right now. It is on a choppy uptrend. It is on a bit of a choppy uptrend, but again, it's one of those stonks where it's very, very choppy, low volume, so it needs some volume for it to be so much mexy to me. Slump says, thank you very much. No problem, no problem. Our pleasure, man. Our pleasure. All right. PSQH needs volume for it to be so much mexy to me. All right. To be schmexy. Yesh. Yesh. And then someone else asks, RANI up or down? Oh, you guys miss me that much, huh? All right, RANI, come on, we'll do another one. Okay, RANI right here. All right, RANI looks like it's got another bit, had a bit of a pennant right over here, curled off that pennant just now, just a little bit, and then formed a bit of a descending wedge, fell below the VWAP though, so that's not looking too schmexy right now. Currently has a bit of a downtrend right here, a little bit of a downtrend, so it needs to break that downtrend for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. RNI does need to break that. It was a bit overbought in the RSI earlier in the day, was a bit overbought earlier, but right now currently on the downtrend, so it needs some volume to curl back up and break that VWAP. Yes, sir. So RNI right now needs some volume. I'll give it some support and resistance lines as well. Give it some support and resistance lines right over here and right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of course, it has to hold above the 190 mark over here, break above 196, $2. $2.03, which is where the VWAP is, and also the resistance point, 207, 211, and 217 for it to be so much maxi to me. But right now, RNI needs to break that downtrend, and needs to break the VWAP, needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, for it to be so much maxi to me. But yeah, that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. So Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Much love. Be sure to check us out on our YouTube at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you can be sure to check us out on our X.com, aka Twitter, where we do lots and lots of live streams on both of those platforms, actually. At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
Coach Nick Money.
Yes, sir. And of course, be sure to check us out on our Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Money. At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. Yes.
I said at Coach Nick Money.
Yes, I said at Coach Nick Money. Yes, sir.
I said.
All right. And of course, you can check us out on our TikTok, Tiki Taki, aka the Tac Tac. The Tac Tac right there. You can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS. And the screen name is Coach Nick Money.
Coach Nick Money.
Ooh, yeah. Be sure to check us out on all those platforms right there. Be sure to check out the 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loots, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. You also get access to the Wealth Builders package, which is also in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. The Wealth Builders basically gives you access to everything that is in real-time alerts and scanners, plus exclusive content, exclusive educational content, our very own scripts, our awesome behind-the-scenes content, as well as access directly to Coach Nick Money. Coach Nick Money, who actually tries to, we try to get some AMAs going on there as well. So, yeah, be sure to check out that Wealth Builder package. So, be sure to check that out. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So, be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We were just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loots, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, that's pretty much it for me, guys. Much love. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Sometimes she likes to get shot out the cannon and she goes, wee! Other times she likes to go to Arby's and watch videos of puppies and kitties. Shoot her out the stock market, and she'll find them A, B, C, D. She did call some wonderful stocks like CLIK, BKYI, and SLGB. We call her DBL Moms. Hey! All right, there we go. That's pretty much it. Much love, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys